Getting to Hemkund from Gangaria is pretty straightforward. It's a 4 kilometer all uphill climb. Unlike the Valley of Flowers, mules ply between Gangaria and Hemkund, and if you're hiking, you have shacks and dabas throughout the trail. In this trail, you'll be ascending 1500 meters from Gangaria, which is at 3000 meters, to the Hemkund Lake, which is at 4500 meters. And just like the Valley of Flowers and the way between Gobind to Gangaria, the trail is well marked throughout. So there's nothing much to talk about how to get there from Gangaria. If this is your first visit to Step Out with Madhu, please go through the previous episodes on how to get to Gangaria. Fine. So there is nothing much on the guide side because it's pretty straightforward, but there are a lot of stories attached to the lake itself and the place. So there are three major stories. We'll go through it one by one. It is said that faith moves mountains, but in the story, someone has moved a mountain itself. As per Ramayana, it is said that during the great war between Ram and Ravan, a fierce fight happened between Lakshman, Ram's brother, and Meghanathan, Ravan's throne prince. So what happened was Lakshman was injured, and the only cure was believed to be the Sanjeevani herb. Hanuman is sent to find the herb, but he is unable to identify it. So he ends up lifting the entire mountain and brings it to Ram. The herb heals Lakshman from the fatal injury, and Lakshman is given a secondary life. So most Hindus know this story, but what most people don't know is the locals in this part of Garhwal believe that Lakshman has meditated beside Hemkund until he was completely healed before he returned to battle. And for this reason, there is a Lakshman temple built in Hemkund. Now, what's interesting is, according to Ramayana, this mountain range on which this mythical Sanjeevani herb grows is called Gandhamadhana, which means possession of divine flowers. In other words, a mountain on which fragrant flowers bloom, which in today's map is obviously the Valley of Flowers, which you saw in the previous episode. There is only one spur of the Garhwal Himalayas dividing the valley and Hemkund Sahib, as you can see in this map. So apart from that, Hemkund itself is home to a diverse species of flowers, including the much hailed Brahmakamal. And Hemkund is about 1000 meters higher than the valley. So the altitude difference gives birth to an entire set of flowers. Most of the flowers you find in Hemkund aren't found in the valley, and vice versa. And as for the mountain itself, the current day Dronagiri peak, which is at an altitude of about 7066 meters, is believed to be the mythical Sanjeevani peak, and it is not too far from Hemkund. Kund means pool, and any place that ends with Kund in the Himalayas is a glacier lake. Apart from the story of Lakshman, there is another story that revolves around the lake, which is very popular with the locals. So the locals talk about a goddess, Hemavathi, who lived in this region. She had a son who loved roaming around the mountains. So one day what happened was he ended up on this lake, and finding its enchanting beauty, he decided to stay a little longer and fell asleep. When he was asleep, a demon is said to have killed him and threw him into the lake bed, which was dry. And days later, Hemavathi came searching for her son all around, and finally she found her son's dead body in the dry lake bed. She wept so much that her tears filled the bed, and the deceased son's name was, well, Hemkund. Even today, locals come here to pray if someone in the family falls sick or get fatally injured, and when they are struggling for their life. The third and the most prominent story comes from the Sikh faith. Guru Gobind Singh, the last and one of the most prominent of all Sikh gurus, had a very deep spiritual connection with the place. In his writing Bachitra Natak, he writes of a place in the Himalayas where he was spiritually enlightened, and he says that this place was surrounded by 7 snow peaks and had an enchanting forest on the other side. For years, a lot of Sikh disciples went searching for this sacred place. It was in 1934 a retired army person from Teri Garhwal, Sant Sohan Singh, made it to Hemkund along with Sikh Guru Baba Kartar Singh Bedi. So what they found was that this lake matched the description of the tapastan which the Guru has meditated. So 20 years later, the Sikh clergy officially recognized it as the place that the Guru documented and built a gurudwara on the banks of the pool. First it was a small structure made of wood. As more and more Sikhs visited this place, the gurudwara today can house thousands of pilgrims and has a library attached to it with a lot of Sikh scriptures. And the langar attached to the gurudwara feeds an average of about 10,000 visitors and pilgrims of all beliefs and walks of life. We have two legendary guys. One is Lakshman and the other one is Guru Gobind Singh, who came and meditated on the lake. If you look at the similarities between them, both were good with a bow and an arrow, and both were angry young men. And some locals believe Guru Gobind Singh was a reincarnation of Lakshman himself, because he has written that he's meditated there in a past life. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you in Badrinath. Until then, everyone travel more, travel safe. Bye.